Welcome back. Another edition of Down and Back of CornDoug. This week, we're going to go in the opposite direction that we've usually went. We've usually went with pros, kind of give a little bit of a sneak peek on Twitter. But yeah, it's going to be a fun show. A guy who I haven't met up with in a while. I got a chance to play. We'll talk about when he comes on, but I think this is the first guest that I've had him on from the States that I may have even beat in a game. I'm not sure. So we'll get into that. Also, one thing I wanted to get off the top, we got a new league starting up here in Ontario, St. Thomas Cornhole League starting up Wednesday night, November 11th at the Railway City Brewery in St. Thomas. I was talking with Jeff, who's going to be running it today, and they're going to be doing a blind draw doubles tournament to start off. I think it's going to be about $5 a week to enter. So you see the email down there below, stthomascornhole@gmail.com. Send him a message, let him know that you want to come or you're going to be coming. And if you're in the London, St. Thomas area, check them out first week. And he's hoping to get a bigger event and get something in that area. So it's not just us here and then Windsor, so we get somewhere in the middle to play. So he's excited. I think it's going to be a great time there for them. So getting the show. Lewis Dupree, welcome to the Down and Back.
Hey, Doug, how you doing, man?
Not too bad. So, like I said, I think we got a chance to play down in North Carolina in Charlotte at the Coca-Cola 600 in the Coca-Cola tournament there, which I'm going to say it's probably not one of the biggest and best tournaments to play in as far as conditions.
I mean, I think they have like the plastic fold-out boards you buy from probably like Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, and I've told the story in here before, and it was some of my friends here. Is that the bags weigh like a couple ounces? They're like hardly filled at all, and one guy's throwing uphill, the other guy's throwing downhill on a pretty good slope.
Yeah, it is. It's an interesting setup for sure to be playing against people, especially when someone shows up to play wearing a Canadian Cornhole League like championship shirt with a bunch of randos that play in the backyard.
Well, a guy that you've become friends with as well, TJ Hagler. He's been like. He needed a partner. His regular guy didn't show up, so he needed a partner. So I played with him, and I was like filling some big shoes with that because he's won like 4 years in a row, and so I had to try and step up my game to play with him. But and he's not a slouch in his own right.
Yeah.
So getting off here, and I've talked to some of the people in the ACL, and it's like. I really wanted to start doing a show, and especially having you on, because I've kind of got a little bit of the backstory with you. I kind of know that you were just a backyard player, and you've just kind of come into playing leagues and tournaments. So how did you get your start playing?
It literally was just that. Like I think I was at someone's house, and they had some cornhole boards back there, and we were just throwing, and I kind of just got into it. I liked it, and then it honestly, what really, really got me back into it was going to that race and playing in that tournament against y'all, and then hanging out with TJ and y'all during the race and playing more at the campsites. And I actually bought my first set of boards at that race. So I bought them and got them customized with my Georgia Bulldog logos on them and started playing with them. And, I started off with some basic local bags that I bought off Amazon. And then I just went from there and just I found it like a nice stress relief, kind of, in my opinion, to just get off work and come home and play and relax. And then, I started talking to you more about it, and you're like, man, you should get into a league, you should start playing more. So I have now, and I've enjoyed it quite a bit.
Well, yeah. And that's a thing, like, cause I got my start in cornhole down at that race as well too, back in 2011. first meeting up with TJ, and it's down there. Like I've told a lot of people up here, down there you just play to play. It's just you're just having fun, having some beers, and like I got my first shot at cornhole and moonshine that same night down there playing. So I was bad, but down there like
turn 3 then.
So yeah, but it's like, it's such a, like, everyone's there's so many boards that are set up there, and you can go anywhere to play. Like TJ grabbed me the one night. It's like 2 a.m. He's like, let's go down to turn 3 because we camp on the infield. Let's go to turn 3, and we're gonna start play. We're gonna find people to play at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and there's like still like 18 boards with people playing set up.
Yeah, that's what's great about going to that race. If you like playing cornhole, especially if you just want to have some fun, I mean, every campsite out there has a set of cornhole boards set up. So that was another way for me to really get into it. Was the same exact way that year, hooking up with TJ and just going from campsite to campsite to campsite to campsite, playing people and having fun and just drinking some beer and, like you said, doing some shots and playing some cornhole. So, see, eventually you get too drunk, you might not be able to hit the board, but it's always a good time.
That was my thing, was that the one campsite we went to, they were like, because I'm throwing, like, we call them CornDougs up here, where we're throwing them short, and down there the one campsite was like, if you throw it short, you had to do like a shot of Fireball, and I'm like, I'm not playing here at all. Right, so it's it's either going to make you better or just kill you, I think.
Yeah.
So
either way, it's going to be a win-win situation.
I think so, but that turn 3 is a lot. It's a far walk back to turn 1 where we're at,
right?
But so we've said that you've got into league now as well. So, and I'm going to say, for up here, we're fine because we can step into a league and we got a bunch of other people that are kind of new to playing. But talking with you, you've kind of stepped in a league with some big names.
Yeah. So, I what really got me going is I started going to this place called the Pickled Onion 2 in Raleigh, and a lot of these girls and guys that are there, they go to a lot of the regional matches, the ACO regional matches, and they go to the ones that have like Jamie Graham there and Eric, and it's unreal. Like, how when I got there, I was like, I don't know if I belong here. Like I don't think my skill set level is good enough to be out here. But what was so great about it was literally, you walked in, I was up front with them, like, hey, I'm new to this. I'm trying to, get my feet wet with better people and see how I can do. And they were just cool about it. They were happy to have me there. And I think they were more or less just happy for me to put my $5 in and make it an easier $5 to add to the pot. But they weren't upset the fact that I was trying to learn. And they were very open, teaching me stuff and showing me things and let me try out different sets of bags. And some of these people are like top 20 easy that I've played with and gone against. And some of them I've beaten now. And granted, do I think I could one-on-one maybe? Probably not, but I've gotten lucky. So, but yeah, I didn't realize how big the league was in North Carolina with the top names in cornhole. The number one singles champion nation in the nation is Jamie Graham here. Yep. I recently went to a tournament where he was playing at, and I did the singles intermediate there to get my feet wet in the ACL, and it was amazing to watch him in person compared to watching him on TV. Like, you don't get the full experience watching these guys on TV and these girls on TV because the cameras change so much. But if you're in person, you're seeing them think about the situation they're in, how they're going to land the bag, how they're going to throw it, what kind of block. I mean, it's all happening so fast on TV. You get to see it in person. So, yeah, it doesn't seem like I started off slow. in the league thing. I kind of just went head first.
Well,
But
that's almost like what you have to do, because and that's the thing. And like you said, what I found with a lot of the pros is they're not afraid to help you. They want to help you to make you better, because then with you getting better, it just makes to say better too many times, it makes everything better, right?
yeah, it does. I mean, and when you're playing someone, you want to play someone who's good. You want that competition there. There's times that I play people now that were like me when I first started, and one-on-one, I beat them 21-3 or something, and it's like it wasn't really fun.
Yeah,
there wasn't a challenge to it. Whereas like now, when I go, I got third place recently. That was my first placing in the top 5 at one of these. I think there was like 20 teams that day, and then I recently got like 7th in a smaller one that I did. But to what's great also is these people I'm playing against, they're always like, Lewis, I can see you're progressing like every time you show up out here. And it really truly is just the amount of practice and effort I'm putting into it just daily. I have my friend here, Ken, that we play all the time in my front yard. And that's also great practice. I mean, having someone that's willing to, for an hour a day when he has time, to stand out there and just throw down and back with me, to do it. So I've gotten very lucky with the amount of skill level people that I've gotten to play against and learn, and try to get better.
So you talked about your tournament, and you were smart about it. You went intermediate, unlike us when we went down to North Carolina for the first time and went in advance because we were advanced up here. But so what was that like, stepping into that big thing? Because I know that all of their tournaments down there is you've got the big room, all those boards set up. It's just like, it's like, for me, for you still doing the NASCAR reference where we met, it's like going from like that small local track to like this, to like Bristol, where you're all in the big confines and you're on the big show.
Yeah, it was. It was an eye opener, that's for sure. I mean, I got there really early. I was like super nervous about going, plus excited. I was like, I really didn't know what the hell I got myself into. So I was like, but if anything, I set a goal before I went. My goal was not to get skunked. Like, I did not want to not score against some people. So my goal was not to get skunked, my number one goal. My second goal was to at least maybe win one. I wasn't expecting to do anything crazy. So yeah, I walk into this building. It's AAR Cornhole. People can find them on Facebook. They're big people out here. Yeah. They sponsor a lot of the ACL women and men on in the tournaments on TV and on ESPN. You'll see it on their jerseys all the time. Facility was top notch, man. You walk in, there was like 7 or 8 boards lined up, the carpets. I've never played on the freaking carpet before. So yeah. It was either like driveway or grass. Nice indoor facility. They had the touch pads where you did your score, and when you got done, you had to press it. You submitted it, and it went to a computer, and then freaking it sent the bracket back to you, telling you who you were playing next, what board you were going to be on. I was just really impressed by it, and it was really cool to go to something like that, and I won one match. I won. My first one I lost. I got beat up pretty bad in that one. I didn't get skunked. Like, I didn't want that to happen. I lost 21, I think, to 9. My second one, I did really good. I won 21 to, I think, 9. And the third match, it was a very, very long match. I went against this guy, and this older guy, and he was good. It was just 1 point here, 1 point there, 1 point here, 1 point there, back and forth. I think the match went like 40 minutes. And he finally, I decided to try to airmail shots to get extra points, just to get the match over with. I was tired of talking. And I got very impatient and allowed him to get quite a bit ahead on me. He beat me 21-15. So he went on. I think he lost to the first place girl that won it. I can't remember her name, but she's I'm pretty sure she's been on TV a couple of times. She was really good watching her. But I went smart about it. I went intermediate. I was like, I'm not advanced, or I'm not basic. There was an intermediate. I was like, that's me right there. So.
Well, yeah, and I've found, and we've even had some people up here when we did some of our bigger tournaments like that. They're used to just playing we'll just play for a little bit and then it's done. Where tournament like that, you're there for the long haul, where you're kind of you're there for the full day and you're playing for the full day. And if you're actually not in a game, you're probably on an open set of boards, just throwing for fun with someone. And it's that stamina that you need. Were you surprised that you needed that much stamina for the full day?
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that. I got there, like I said, about 8:30 in the morning. I didn't leave till 4 in the afternoon. And that was because my last match ended around that time. And I had like an hour. I had an hour and a half drive back home, so I didn't stick around to watch everything. But the amount of time, like practice, I was putting in between my rounds, just to especially get a feel for the boards that they had out there, to get a feel on how multiple. Now that I've gotten into this a lot more, I've learned that you buy a lot of cornhole bags.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like, it's like I've got one set for this. I've got another set that performs like this when it's, especially with humidity and temperatures and how the boards are designed. Not all the boards are the same everywhere you go. And I've noticed that different sets of bags perform different on different boards. So, I was throwing every set of bag I had. I throw one, go get a different set, throw them, just see how they perform. And, it was cool to also be able to play. What's fun is, I ended up practicing against some of the people I ended up playing against. Mm-hmm. So, you got a good idea that way too on like who you were playing. I didn't know I was going to end up playing them, but it was nice to get that practice in. But the stamina thing was definitely not something I was expecting. Whereas I'm used to going to the Pickled Onion or another placing Garner here, and you sit back and relax for a few minutes, drink a few beers, and then you're up just playing again. Granted, I want to win because there's money involved, but you're not really going through your mind of how much and what you're doing as much as you are when you're at an ACL tournament. Yeah.
So you're talking that you now become the bag collectors, because there's a ton of them out there, and I know that you do have a set of Octane bags. What other ones have you picked up?
So, let's see. Like you said, I do have the Octane Nitros. Camera, where is it at? There it is. Yep. I got them customized with my name on them. I love these. These are good for just about any situation that I'm throwing in. I accidentally ordered these the wrong way. I ordered the wrong speeds, and I'm glad I did. They actually ended up making me better because they were so fast. I had to make sure I was more accurate when I was throwing. And plus I got them customized, so it's not like I was going to be able to sell them. So love these bags. I've also gotten now some USA Widows. I really enjoy throwing these. I'm just now trying to like break them in. I've had them for like 3 months. I've done the whole washing with fabric softener, and it's that crazy stuff. Now there's something else I learned about cornhole bags I didn't know was important. These are really good. If it's cold outside, boards are slick, these will actually grip for me pretty good. I also have a set of Reynolds Pro X's. Got some Scorholios. I don't know if many people know much about Scorholios. Yeah. I've gotten some BG Dark Slides. It's I got some Game Changer Steadies as well. I like those. It's funny though. It's just, especially when I get to go to like the Pickled Onion and stuff, everybody there is really open about you getting to throw with their stuff. Yeah. So, I get there and I start throwing. I'd like to find a good series, 1 or 2 or 3 Vipers It's got the Roman numeral IX on them, and those are pretty hard to find because I got throw with some recently, and I was like, man, I really like these. Don't know why. They probably throw like another set of bag I've got, but I like them.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's my wife doesn't very much like that. I like to buy as many bags, but
well, I think you're in a club with that. I think there's a ton of people that are like that. That it's the wife's like, are you really getting another set? And it's like, thankfully I've got a sponsor that's downstairs here that says, here, take another set of bags. So it's like, you go home and say, okay, I got another new set of bags. Like, how much that cost? I'm like, nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. I'm okay. But yeah, it's fun, and I love hearing from you all the time because you'll send me messages about I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's great. And I was really excited when you got in that tournament to be able to see just what it was. And then when you sent me that first picture, I was like, I thought it was just you and one of your friends. Also, I was like, well, wait a second, it's Jamie Graham with you with all of his new fire cornhole stuff.
Yeah, it was really That's another big thing. It was cool to, like I said, to see these pros there that you see on TV, and I'm not gonna lie, I was like, holy shit, it's Jamie Graham. Like I was like, fuck, how do I talk to him? Like, how do I introduce myself? Like, I'm sure he gets this a lot, but he was really cool, dude. He was real nice. He talked to me. I told him how great, I was watching him on TV. I always like watching him on TV, especially because how good he is. I'm very technical when it comes to how I'm playing. I want to see how other people place their bags in certain situations so that I can remember to do that when I'm playing. So he's a very technical player, so I like watching that. And it was good to, it was pretty cool to meet some of them big time names.
Well, and that's what I found, that they were all they love to talk cornhole.
Yeah.
Right. And they're open. Cause I remember like my first pro that I met, and I've said this on the show many times, was I was just out on a balcony when I was in Cherokee, and Timothy Pitcher come up and he just started talking to me. Right. And I'm like, you're like this big time pro guy, and you're just talking to some lowly Canadian guy that's nothing. And he wanted to know all about what we're doing up here. And then just being able to watch some of the other guys play, like you said you did with Jamie Graham, was just being able to watch them play and get kind of little pieces of different things of their games, and to be able to then take that back and then practice myself to try and kind of get to their level.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what it was. It's just seeing how good they play, and realizing where I was at in my skill set level and how far I had to go. I'm like, all right, I think I'm all right now. I'm getting pretty good. But then I see them and I'm like, nope. I don't stand a chance. If I went against Jamie Graham, he'd probably beat me 21-0.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'd like to think that I might be able to try and score on him, hopefully, but maybe one day I'll get to play against him. But those will be the days where later on down the road where I get to go up in a different skill set level. I don't think I'll ever see him in the intermediate level. So,
well, but it's and that's the fun thing, and like I said, like I'm really excited to watch you grow in the ACL, and to be able to come in here like this. I kind of said that this year two, I want to talking to pros are fine. I like doing like the average Joes like us that are just, we're out there just playing league night and getting into some bigger tournaments, some mid-level tournaments, and just being able to grow, because really, and I was able to talk with Todd Kosicki this morning about that, who's the international director for the ACL, and he's really trying to grow that grassroots game, like what we're doing here, right? And it's just so fun, because it's like ACL says, anyone can play, anyone can win, and that's just what we're doing.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's really cool that it's I'm sorry. It's really cool that way. Like when I looked at the ACL, that's the first thing I seen is like everyone can play, everyone can win. I was like, so I can just enter in an ACL tournament, see how I do. Okay, cool. So that's what I did. And, you know, what I'm very lucky that I'm in the North Carolina, South Carolina area, that there is a lot of ACL tournaments that happen here. Yeah. So I'm very, very fortunate for that. You know, I've got a couple on my radar that I want to go try out. Some of them I'm going to have to probably go up a different skill set level because some of them don't have the intermediate for them. So I'll have to go up to the next skill set level up. And it's a learning lesson, you know. I mean, I might not win, but, you know, it's still the challenge of going and playing someone better will make me better. So, you know, like you said, I've gotten very lucky and played against some really good people. Like recently, I think it was Tyler.
Tyler Poitras.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was recently on TV for the ACL. And I see him like every Tuesday playing at the Pickled Onion. You know, I get lucky to play against a guy like that and sharpen my skill set a little better. So, man.
I just have to ask, though, does his bags always slide off the boards like they did when they're on TV?
No, they don't. Normally, they just go in the hole. They don't even have to worry about them sliding off the board. So,
and it's, you know, and that's the thing. I know that he's taken a lot of heat for that, but it's, you know, it's just something. Every bag does it. You can say it's a game changer, whatever. Yeah. I've seen every bag slide off a board like that, and it's, you know, and like he said, he was doing something that day where he was committed to throwing his slick side, and that's in order to be able to get better, you have to do that sometimes. So you have to commit to, I don't usually throw this side, but I'm gonna do it just to make myself better with all around game.
That's right. That's what you have to do. You have to change it up. You can't just always throw the same way every time, because if you do, you're going to run into someone else that doesn't do that, and they're going to beat you. You have to change it up. No, I've seen him play with them game changers time and time again out there, and they do not always do that.
No.
You know, it's just the situation you're in. Like I said, that's the biggest thing I've learned also as being someone that's very technical about this is the boards change with temperature. You know, I mean, if the building he was in was really cold, that means the boards are going to be really slick. So I've had some of my bags that were by the hole, then all of a sudden they just start slowly coming down, and it's nothing you can do about it.
No.
So, no, man, that was tough for him. That was tough for me to see happen to him. You know, that stinks. But I think he still scored on that round even after that bag fell off. So, you know, he did a good comeback and made up for it.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for coming on the show, for talking, and I want to have you back on again to kind of track your progress and how you're doing with the ACL. But I've got to ask you before we cut the show off, because it is the final weekend, and so I got to say, who you got this weekend in NASCAR?
I see Chase Elliott winning it.
I knew you were going to say that, and
I'm a Hendrick man.
I should have just muted the mic. But,
I've been a Jimmy Johnson fan ever since I've been watching NASCAR for, I don't know, 15 years. You know, I mean, I've always liked him. He's an amazing racer. A lot of people hate him. But, you know, everybody hates the man that wins the most. So I hate to see him leave. I look forward to watching him in IndyCar, though. But Chase Elliott, he's a beast. You know, I mean, what was his name? Oh man, I just lost his name. The one that just lost last weekend, number 4.
Harvick. Yeah.
Harvick. He won 9 races this year.
Yeah.
And he's not even in the chase for the cup. So it sucks. This ranking thing's crazy, that they're doing, makes it very interesting. Makes it where anyone can win.
Oh yeah.
And, I have a feeling he has a very strong chance of winning.
I'm going to say no. I'm going with the 11. I got to stick with my JGR stuff. So, but yeah. So, again, thanks for coming on, and I'm going to have you back on again to kind of keep your progress, checking you out, and thanks for doing this here, and I'm hoping that everyone will be able to stay safe and everything will be able to clear up in the next couple months, and I can come down and see you down in May. And maybe we can partner up this time for that Coke tournament.
Yeah, we'll knock TJ off his throne.
Oh yeah,
he won't like that, but we'll make sure we report it and everything.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Yeah, no, that would be great. I hope everybody else stays safe, and we can do that. I miss the camaraderie of seeing everyone. We didn't get to do the May race. We didn't get to do the October race for the Roval. It affects everybody. It sucks. But hopefully we'll get on the good side of this thing, and we'll see each other soon. And hey, maybe you'll be able to come down and play in an ACL tournament down here.
Exactly. Yeah, that's my goal, to get back down there, and just because there's so many other friends I have made in the game that I want to see down there. So it's I'm just hoping we can do it soon.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate you having me on. This is pretty cool to do. I look forward to doing another one, and hopefully I gone to some more ACL tournaments, and maybe I'm getting a little better. So all it takes is a lot of practice. So. Yep.
So for anyone watching here in the Ontario area, remember St. Thomas Cornhole starting up November 11th. I believe it's starting at 6 o'clock at the Railway City Brewery. Also, if you haven't seen KW Cornhole, we're doing our 5th anniversary is coming up here. The Movember Stash Bash for Men's Health is coming up November 28th. So I'm going to say come out to the tournament, sign up, register, and you can party for my birthday playing cornhole. So that'll be some fun with that there. So check out kwcornhole.com for that there. Check out octanecornhole.com. Get yourself some bags. We got the boosted. We got the new Kinetics here, which everyone is trying to get a hold of. I know if you check out Colby Ustry, I think we're putting this out Friday, so he'll be doing one more draw for his Kinetic bags tomorrow. So check him out on Facebook. And other than that, just stay safe. Keep having fun playing cornhole. And we'll see you next week on another edition of the Down and Back.